Yeah, good morning to all the course participants and welcome to this last session of this course that is on satellite data products and services from ISRO. I believe till now you might be aware what ISRO is doing. Just to brief you about all those lectures which have been delivered during the last week. Basically, ISRO, there are different tasks that ISRO is accomplishing. One of the tasks is building the satellites, building the sensors, building the launch vehicles, and launching those satellites into the orbit. So there are different centers which are carrying out these studies or these activities. The first one, if we say we start it from the sensor. So the question may obviously comes to our mind, which of the ISRO center is developing the sensors? So the primary center which is responsible for development of these sensors is Space Application Center, Ahmedabad. Okay. After that, once the sensor is done, so these sensors are put into a satellite system. So these satellite systems or these satellites, they are developed by another center in the Bangalore, that is URSC, UR Rao Space Center. After that, once the sensors are put into the satellite, we also have the launch vehicles. This entire satellite is put on a launch vehicle and it takes them to the orbit. So there is another center called VSSC, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, which is responsible for the development of all these launch vehicles. So we have the sensors, we have the sometimes we also call payload to these sensors. Okay, so we have the sensors, we have the satellites, and we have the launch vehicles. Now there is another center at Sriharikota from where all these satellites or along with the sensors are launched into the Earth orbit. Now, once these satellites are placed into the Earth orbits, they are monitored continuously. There are some other centers which are responsible for the monitoring of the satellite. The centers are known by ISTRAC. So we don't have only one, but there are multiple ISRO satellite tracking centers. They are known by ISTRAC. Okay, so one of the centers is in Bangalore. We have the center in Lucknow. In other, sometimes we have these centers in other countries as well. Okay, so now once the data, once the satellite is there, it is being monitored. Now comes the fourth part is what are these satellites doing on the Earth's orbit? So they are continuously sending the data to the Earth. Okay, so there are, I think by now you might be aware there are different kinds of data set that we are getting from these satellites. Some communication data sets and some meteorological data sets, location data set, and also these images also we are getting from these satellites. I think by now you might be clear also which are the satellites which are producing these kinds of data sets. Let us take the first one, the communication, for which the DTH or the other mobile networks. So these kinds of data sets, they usually are coming from the satellite. Typically they are named by INSAT data or INSAT, INSAT satellites. Okay, and these satellites are basically located in the geostationary orbit. So all the communication related data we are getting from these INSAT satellites, which are at the geostationary, which is around 36,000 from the Earth's surface. Okay. The other kind of data set, which is the navigation data set. Yesterday only that lecture was there. That is the location information. In your mobile, I am able to calculate I am able to get the latitude, longitude, and altitude of my place, at which place I am standing. So this is coming from these navigation satellites from the ISRO centers. So the typical name is Navik, that might have been told to you yesterday also. So this Navik is not a one satellite, but it is a constellation of satellite. Very interestingly, if you see this communication data set, so we are getting from a single satellite, whereas this navigation data or the location information we are getting not from one, but from a constellation of satellites. So we have around 7 satellites which are continuously orbiting, and they are also in the geostationary orbit at 36,000 kilometers from the Earth's surface. So they are continuously sending some signals to the mobile devices, and these mobile devices are calculating the location information using some mathematical equations and algorithms. Okay, the third part, this images, these which are required for the Earth observation, the satellite images. So they are coming from another series of satellites. They are known as the polar satellites. So these are the satellites which are orbiting in the polar orbit, rotating from the North Pole to the South Pole. And they are located typically at the height of around 700 to 800 to 1000 kilometers from the surface of the Earth. And the specialty of these satellites is that they are sun synchronous. So whenever there is a sunshine or there is sunlight on the surface of the Earth, at that time they are looking to the surface of Earth. Whereas communication are the geostationary. They are stationary with respect to the surface of the Earth. Okay, so these are the things. So today I will be telling you about the third one, the third component, which is the satellite data or the images that are coming from these satellites. And we have a dedicated geo portals wherein all the data which is coming, the image data which is coming from the satellite, they are published into the web portals from where you can download, you can visualize these data sets. So the content of this session will be visualizing the satellite data from the Indian satellites, how to see those data sets. Okay, and whether we can do some kind of experiment on top of it, whether we can do some measurements. Whether I can identify where my school is there in the satellite image, or am I able to calculate the area of my school, in how much area the school exists. So these kinds of experiments we will try to carry out today. Another thing is whether somebody has derived some information from these images and whether they are available to us. So yes, there are certain derived informations also, like land cover map. I think in the previous lectures it has already been told to you that similar to this human census which we carry out at 10 years of gap. So in the similar lines, census of natural resources is also being carried out, and in which we are continuously monitoring these natural resources. So for those, now these information are also available into some portals which I will be demonstrating to you today. So you can visualize the satellite derived information as well, like land cover map, ground prospect map. Interestingly, what is the potential of a groundwater at place. You have to during that experiment you have to find out in your school or the nearby what is the potential of groundwater over there. So that you have to carry out. You have to find it out. What is the potential of those groundwater prospect over there, and what is the land cover change that has occurred during the period of time in your school. And there is one interesting application we will be covering, that is creating a fly through of your school. Okay, whether we can create a 3D movie kind of thing of wherein this Indian satellite images are there and we can see all those from a bird's eye. So that kind of experiment we will try to perform today if time permits. And there is some weather data also, I told you, from the INSAT satellites. Okay, so these data sets are also available to us. Like Kalpana satellite is there, and there are some other satellites which gives us the weather information also. Apart from that, recently you might have also heard that ISRO is not only monitoring or sending or collecting the data of Earth's surface. We are also into other planet exploration as well, like the two important or the popular missions, Chandrayaan and the Mangalyaan. They already has been done, and a huge amount of data has been collected from these satellites also. Yesterday only, something might have been told to you also. Like there was one question, what was a lander and what is an orbiter? So this orbiter, what they are doing? They are continuously moving around the moon surface and capturing the pictures. Where are those pictures going? Can we see them? Yes, there are different sources from where you can download the moon surface images also. So I will be telling to you those sources as well, from where you can get those data sets. So these are the portals which are very useful for you. The images, the satellite images, 2D or the 3D, and the derived information, they all are available in one of the very popular geoportal of ISRO, that is bhuvan.nrsc.gov.in. We will explore it more details. Plenty of data set is, all the satellite images are available there. These images you can download also, you can visualize them, you can view that images in the 3D mode as well. And there are certain derived information also that I told you in our sensors, that is also available over there. Similarly, Vedas, this is another portal wherein plenty of, not wherein in Bhuvan, we have a limited derived information, but Vedas contains a huge amount of thematic information like soil property, or the soil maps are there, temperature map is there, climate weather information is there. So a huge amount of data is available in Vedas portal. So that also we will try to explore. A few we will take, the later you can explore more into it. This is one website called pradhan.issdc.gov.in. Now this particular website provides us the moon data that is captured from the Chandrayaan-2 satellite. Okay, and the third one, the weather information, we get it from mosdec.gov.in. So this is your typical or one popular web portal which is providing the data set of the weather related to weather information. So these are very important, and please note it down. You will be exploring it. You have to explore it and disseminate these portals to the other peoples also, or the students in your schools. So let us take the first one, bhuvan.nrsc.gov.in. Okay, so let me click it here. So once you click in bhuvan.nrsc.gov.in, so this is the portal is visible to you. Let's increase it here. Now here you can see there are different tabs are available. At the bottom, if you see Bhuvan 2D, Bhuvan 3D, Bhuvan Lite, Open Data Archive, Climate Data, and there are certain application sectors also, like e-governance related to the different applications like governance, tourism, urban related information, rural related information. Apart from that, we also have maps and OGC services also. The different thematic information which I was telling to you earlier. Thematic maps are available there. Ocean services are there. Disaster management related applications are there. A huge amount of data is available. You can create your own map also over here. Okay. Similarly, we have centralized applications also, like ministerial related applications, some special applications which comes on demand. A particular department comes to us and they are saying we want to develop some sort of application along with these satellite images. So we provide them the platform also for hosting their applications on top of Bhuvan Geo portal. Similarly, we have the Manrega kind of projects are there. So all those details, G governance dashboard, this is also available over here. So, and we have state-wise portal also. So for each and every state of India, a dedicated portal has also been generated. So let us come to the first component, visualizing the satellite images on a Bhuvan portal. You have to go to this Bhuvan 2D. Once you click Bhuvan 2D, you can just see here a map will be displayed. This is not the satellite image. You have to click on this satellite over here. Now this is the satellite image which is displayed onto this screen. So there are certain information which is visible over here, like roads are coming over here. There's some lines you are able to see. Let me switch it off. So you can click on this button over here and switch off this Bhuvan. So now you can see this is the satellite image captured from the Indian satellite sensors. Okay, now let us take one task. I told you that I want to do some measure. I want to find out where is my school. Let us take example. I am working in Indian Institute of Remote Sensing. So where is it in this entire country? So there are, as I think in the previous example, Meenakshi madam might have told you, there are certain interpretation techniques also. So let us take both the techniques. The first one, where is my school? Okay, so I know the first component, my school or my institute is in the northern part of India. So I will quickly go to this northern part. Secondly, I know it is in the Uttarakhand state. So somehow I know that Uttarakhand state is somewhere over here. So I will zoom to that part also. This is the Uttarakhand state over here. Now, apart from this, in Uttarakhand also, I am aware where is Dehradun. Okay, Dehradun is towards the northern side. So somewhere here Dehradun might be there. Okay, so yes, Dehradun is there, and I am also familiar with some of the popular natural features in Dehradun. Like I know that there is one big patch of Shivalik forest range. This one you can see it. A typical shape is coming. Okay, I will give you one more example. Dehradun, so I am very much familiar. Like this, you can see it here. Apart from that, I am also aware that there is one typical forest range which looks like some map, like this, some African map kind of thing. So this is Lachiwala forest range. So I am aware that some associations I am making it to get into my school. Yes, it is near to Dehradun city is near to this forest range only. So once I come to this place, then I know in Dehradun, if you zoom it here, there are multiple things available. So one small big patch is visible over here. I am aware that there is one big playground near to my institute. We call it by the parade ground. Okay, so this parade ground is visible to here, be me over here. Now, once it is visible to me over here, then I know near to this parade ground, there is one road, which is a major road going towards my institute or towards my school. So that road is known by the Rajpur road. So if you can see, there is a road pattern visible to a linear pattern. Okay, so now here I am using another property. Till now I was using association, but now I am using the shape of the feature. This is a road. Okay, so this road is linear feature. It is coming. So this is the Rajpur road. It is visible to me here. Now I also know in this Rajpur road there is one big road that is turning towards my school. That is the New Kent road. So I know this one more road is going here. So this is again one association I have made from Rajpur road to this New Kent road. So once we go to this road, then I am aware that there is another road that cuts from this New Kent road, that is the Kalidas road. Once I am aware that my institute is near to at the starting of this New Kent road or the Kalidas road junction. So somewhere here it may be. So this is my institute here. You can see a big building is coming over here. So now this is I have directly come up to here. So this is one technique I have told you, association. Now let us say the people who are staying in the Bhopal, they are aware that there is one big lake over there, and Bhopal is somewhere in the central of the India. Okay, so you can go it like this. So you can, there is one big lake over here. You can search it here. So if we can see, some lake is there, and this kind of lake, so somewhere maybe here only. So if the people who are staying there, they may be very much familiar about that lake as well. So they can quickly recognize whether this lake belongs to their city or not. It is somewhere a shape of a lizard, I believe. So that also you can take it up here. I think this is not the thing. So okay, I will not, but you can take that as an example. Apart from that, directly also you can type it here. You can search it here. One search box is given over here. Let us say BHOPAL Bhopal. Okay, Bhopal Sagar. You just click it here. Directly it will zoom to that place. Now you can see it here. I will clear these values over here. BHOPAL. Okay, then I will say okay, there are many options are coming here. You can select Bhopal Lake also, you can take it here. BHOPAL. Okay, Bhopal. No, you have to correct it here. BHOPAL. Okay, and then you can say, you can clear it over here. I will type it here. BHOPAL Bhopal, and then MEDHYA Madhya Pradesh. PRADESH Madhya Pradesh, and then you can search it. So somewhere here it is displayed. So you can see it here. So this is the place. But I am not very much familiar about this city. So I will quickly go to the city which I am familiar, that is Dehradun. Okay, so just type it Dehradun over here, search it, and it will to that place. Okay, so I will just zoom it down again. I can go directly here. So somewhere here. clear input data, THRADUN, Dehradun. Okay, then you can see it here, Dehradun or Dehradun city. Okay, this is a city. Now this I know where is our institute, so we can directly go to that place. I am not going to the very technical details. I am just conducting an experiment for you basically. So this is my institute here. Okay, now I want to measure the area of this institute. In how much area this institute is spread. So there are one option called tools here. So you can do measure area. Okay, measure area, and then we can. This is my boundary of my school. Now this same experiment you have to do for your school as well. In how much area your school is spread, and if you are able to do it right now, please do it and post the area of your school in the chat box, in the e-class chat box, so that I will be aware that yes, you are able to follow the instructions which I am demonstrating over here. So this is the boundary of my school, So if you say it is around 95992.98 square meter, or or it can say around 9 hectares. If you divide it by 10,000, so it will come to hectares only. So around 8 to 9 hectares it is coming. Exact boundary I have not drawn, but the institute is spread in some area of around 9 hectares. So this I am able to do it here. Similarly, I want to do some linear measurement. Now this you have to do also from your side. Now if I want to know get how much distance this IRS is from that parade ground. Okay, so that this is the ground there, and I want to find it out here. So measure length. You can just click it here, go to this road. Again here, click it here. This is the junction. Again, go to this place here, and up to this part, if you can see it, around 3 kilometers from this particular playground. Okay, so at the distance of 3 kilometers, this institute is from there. So this is one small experiment that we have done it. You also try to do it. You find out the area of your school and post it there in the chat box so that I can see it. Now, I will not go into further. You just explore it further. What else you can do over here? Now, quickly, I will go to the second part. That is the 3D visualization. Let us take Bhuvan 3D over here. Okay, so now here one small experiment we will do. I will try to create one fly through. Okay, now here also you can find out your school or the institute. Let us say I will directly zoom it to this plot here, this place, to my place over here. Now if you see it here, I will not go to this. I will take one interesting lake here, that is the Tehri Lake. Okay, so if you can see, this is the Tehri Lake. Many cities are displayed. I don't want these cities to be displayed. I want to see the terrain. I want to study the terrain. Suppose my interest is I want to tell to the student how the particular dam has been built, where the dam has been built, and what is the topography near to the dam, from where those rivers are coming. This I want to tell them, or I want to tell them what are valleys, what are the ridges. So these kinds of things, they can be explained through a 3D visualization kind of thing only. So that I will try to do here. If you just switch it off here, you can see so many layers. You click here and switch off this boundary. So now only images you are able to see. Okay, now just press the middle mouse button of your mouse and drag it like this. So you see that it is coming into a 3D domain here. Okay, now it has converted into a 3D. If you see, you can tell the students that this is the one river is coming here, Bhagirathi River, some Bhilangana River is coming from that side. Two rivers are there, and they used to meet here somewhere here. There was Tihri city was there, but now that city is not here. That city has been relocated to this place here. If you can see it here, it is there now at this place. So if we try to explain the students in this way, it becomes more attractive. Now here you can see, show them once these rivers were merged together, so huge amount of water was there. So we have taken this particular area where we can block it, and we have created one dam over here. Okay, this place we have is blocked, and the entire turbine is inside this mountain. So that gives a better appraisal here. If you see, okay, just you have to be careful how. So here, if you can see, this river is stopped here. some from somewhere that water is going inside, and inside this big mountain, a dam has been, a turbine is established, and water is dropped and electricity is generated, and the remaining water is sent back like this. Okay, so if you want to explain it to the students, you can very much, we can say that these are known as the valleys and these are known as the ridges. So these kinds of applications can also be developed. Now, suppose you say there is no internet and we want to explain it through some desktop based computers. So what we can do, we can create, or sometimes internet connectivity is not there. So whenever there is internet connectivity, you can create, you can record these videos as well. I will do one small example for you, which you have to also do it. Record and play. Now I wanted to explain them like this. So commentary I will create later on, but here I am just creating the video. Okay, this is there. I am showing them here like this. This is the two rivers, and then this is the thing here. And then again we will go here, and again this is the city there. I am showing them and explaining some commentary I am making to them, and I'm telling them this is the mountain here. You can see here some turbine is there, and this is your dam, and this water is going as a Bhagirathi river, and then it goes like this, and you can see this still that river is there going on, and still you can move further and you can show them like this. This dam is going, if anything happens, what will be the impact? If you can explain that part also. Now here it comes the Deoprayag region, that Bhagirathi river is coming from here and Alaknanda river is coming from here, and at this junction they are getting converted to the river Ganga. Okay, and here it is going directly towards Haridwar or Rishikesh. You can see it here. You can show them like this. This is a big river, how the river path of the river is going. This is your Rishikesh river, Rishikesh city, and nearby is your Haridwar city also. So we have made a small fly through. I have not recorded, I believe. I will record it again. So it is like this. We will just go back here to this part. So again, you just go to this part here. Again, it has rotated full. Again, you can go back to this place. So once you are here, so you can just see it here like this. Okay, so I will say tools, record and play. So click it here. The Zoom part here, and once it is recorded, then you can say tools and you will say record and play, and it will then record that video, and that can be downloaded as well. Right now it is creating some problem, but that allows you to download that video as well. Okay, so I will see it here. I think I will make it clear to you over here to 2D. You see the Chrome browser. I try to open it here. You can see that properly how it is getting downloaded. We can see that video also. This was our study area. Here we are trying to create that video over here. Layer, I can switch it off. Again, I'm just repeating here. So this way I'm saying, tools I'm saying, record and play. So if you see it here, that message has come, start recording. I will click on start recording, and then we can do it like this. Like this, and we can move on like this here. If I am showing it here, we can say it like this, store, and let us stop recording. Okay, so once it is stopped, so you can say download. So if you can see that movie is downloaded for offline display as well. If you see it here, right click, and you can open this video in any of the platform like VLC media player. See whatever I have recorded, now that is coming offline mode also. So what you have to do now, your task will be another second task I have given to you, that is creating a fly through of your school or any of the place of interest which you like. So that also you try to create using this Bhuvan Geo portal. So and record it, and you can use it for display purpose at various platforms. Okay, so this was done. So we have done now with the second exercise. Now let us go to the another part which we can do a small exercise on top of that also. If you go at the bottom here, it is coming thematic services. You just click on the thematic services. If you click on thematic services, now here there are certain derived information as well. If you see it here, search land use map 2005 and 6, land use map 2011-12, land cover map 2015 and 16. You can see the pattern from 2005 and 6, then 2010 and 11, 5 years, and then 15 and 16, another 5 years. So I have the land use map. Land use map is basically how the land has been utilized in that area, how it has changed. So let us see the example here. I will click on this land use land cover map. I will select one state. Let us say Uttarakhand. I will take Uttarakhand view, and you can see this is the land use land cover map. Okay. Now, what does it mean? So it says you how the what is the at that place. If you see it here, that green, this yellow color, this says it is some agricultural land, and this red color, they are the built ups, and this green color, they are some forest or the forest evergreen, forest deciduous. But I am interested not in the entire state, but I am interested only within my city. So for that also you can perform a small statistics. You see here. Now district wise, I will select Dehradun district. Now I can see okay, this is the state. This is the pattern of land use in 2005 and 6. That built up was 68.71. Okay, so this was the. Now let us take a small screenshot of this one, and we will do it here. Control V. If you see, I will just do a small exercise. Here we have taken the land use pattern of 2005 and 6. We are seeing that urban was 68.71. Now, if I go to the another year, let us say 2015 and 16, and here again I try to select Uttarakhand view, we can see the change, how this built up has changed, whether it has increased, whether it has decreased. Okay, so statistics, if we say, I will say state wise, district wise, I will select one district called Dehradun, and if you see here, it is 134, it has come up. Now earlier it was, I will just take it here again, Control V, paste it here. If you see how much change, earlier it was somewhere 68.7 year in 2005 and 6. And at the same time today in 2015 and 16, sorry, it became 134.83. So that was a built up. So how much increase it has occurred. So that again you have to perform for your district. You select any particular class, that you can say agriculture cropland, how much agriculture cropland, how much percentage of agriculture cropland has increased. So or you can take water bodies also. There are numerous classes which can be analyzed. So again, this is one more exercise for you to find out the percentage of these changes. It was 68.7. Here I am saying it is 134. So how much percentage? You try to find it out yourself. From the mathematics, you can easily do it. Okay, so you can find out the difference and then you can divide it by the total area and it will get the percentage as well. Okay, how much percentage change has occurred, even that can also be calculated. So similarly, in this you can see not only land use, land cover, we have other parts also like land degradation, urban land use, wasteland, geomorphology, lineament, flood hazard, flood annual layer, water bodies, urban sprawl. So these are various layers which can be visualized. So this you try to explore, but as an exercise, you have to find out what changes have occurred from 2005 to 2015 in your district in any of the class. It can be built up or it can be agriculture, whether built up has increased or whether agriculture has decreased or it has increased. So these two you can take and try to get it and try to find out how much percentage that has increased. So that is one another exercise. So apart from that, this also offers you a quick analysis at over here also. Like if you say analysis, draw AOI in my city, this is Dehradun city only, because city wise we have not kept it here, but you can at least you can draw it over here, analyze. So it will analyze this area and it will say ki how what has there in 2015. So it says that there is a forest plantation, there is a cropland, and there is some urban land also 113.03 in this area, in this particular area. So your city's urban area is around 113.03 square kilometer in this urban or the urban area in this area. Okay, so these all things can be calculated. You can find out for your own city also, or you can get it for the entire district as well. Either your city or your district. Choice is yours, that you have to do it yourself. So these kinds of analysis are very much possible on this Bhuvan Geo portal. So these experiments you have to do, whatever I am telling to you. The first one was finding out the school, finding out the area of your school, and finding out some distance, and creating a 3D visualization. The second exercise. The third exercise is finding out the urban area of your city, how it has changed from 2005 to 2015. Okay, how much changes that has occurred. So that becomes very useful input in terms of planning. Okay, if you are doing, if there is certain planning is going to be done in the particular city, so these kinds of statistics becomes very useful. So this is one example we have shown to you. So apart from that, there are many other options which can be explored. And with this, I will stop in the Bhuvan Geo portal. Now let us go to the another portal, that is the Vedas. So Bhuvan, so I have given you some demonstration. If I go to this Vedas portal here, now here I will not give you any experiment. I will just demonstrate you how you can explore the various kinds of data sets available in this portal. Okay, so this is developed by Space Application Center, which is there in Ahmedabad, and Bhuvan basically was developed by National Remote Sensing Center, Hyderabad. Okay, so now here, if you see vedas.sac.gov.in, this is the URL. And if you see here, there are numerous options are there. You can go to this application section. If I say vegetation, crop and monitoring, I click to this particular option. I want to know that part. Okay, what is the status of the vegetation or the crop monitoring? Just click on this icon. It will take you to this portal. Now here you can see we have three basic options. What is the reference layer? There is the data visualization, and we have the data analysis as well. Okay, so reference layer, you have different options. Cities I want to highlight there, village boundaries, taluk boundaries, administrative boundaries. I want base map or some other countries data sets also I want to see there. So this is a reference layer over here. Or in imagery, if I want to see some high resolution images over there. So right now it is switched off. I just switch it on. So high resolution images will also come up over here. Similarly, there are other horticulture and crop. So this is the crop area Bihar. Many states are there. Uttarakhand, wheat crop I want to see. So it will show me the wheat map as well. Okay, what is the area over there? Okay, so let us go to this first. Similarly, ground truth data. This is another option. Ground truth data means the data which has been collected from the ground for the validation part of the maps. Now let us go to this administrative part, data visualization part, and I will just go to my city here in the Dehradun city. Okay, so if you click it over here, let us say at this part somewhere, cities names are also displayed. So this is your Dehradun city. Now here I want to find out what is the health of those vegetation. Just click on this part. It will load the graph. You can see loading chart data. So if you see 2019, 20, 20, 21, 21, 22. So all the three graphs are displayed over there. What is the health of those data sets? So if I see it here, I can again go to this data visualization, vegetation indices. I can have soil moisture also. Let us try to take the soil moisture at that place. So what is the status of soil moisture? So it is loading the graph and it will tell us year wise. Okay, this was the status of the soil moisture. This you can see the graph. This if you bring your mouse cursor over there, then you will come to know what are those values at each and every point. This was the soil moisture value, green value. Green are to 2021, whereas the red one is for and this yellow 2020 and 2021 and 19 and 20. So all these data graphs are this, and you can switch it off these graphs as well. I don't want to see 22, 21, 22. I don't want to see. I want to see only 19 and 20. Just click on top of it and it will show you all those, the how the pattern of the soil moisture. And if you can see it here, I can have other parameters also like rainfall. I just click on this place and it will show me what is the pattern of the rainfall during these years. So it is loading it. Yes, this was the pattern of the rainfall. If you see September somewhere it is starting, and again it is for the cumulative yearly cumulative. Switch it off. So this is the 20, 21, 22. So this is in the month of August. You can see there is a maximum rainfall. There are some few patches of rainfall in the December, January at that point which I have clicked over there. Okay, so there are numerous layers. Try to explore this: surface dryness index, temperature, crop cutting experiments, weather forecast, so potential evapotranspiration. So numerous, these are many are kept over here. Similarly, the data analysis part, if you see, it will show you the map as well over here. This is image difference. I want to see the range analysis or the long term analysis. So it will display it over here like this. Now it can create some movies kinds of things also over here, or the animation also can be visualized, how the things are changing on the surface of the earth. So these all are very much possible with this Vedas portal. Try to explore it further in your while you are exploring this particular website. So I will not go into the much detail. You can see it here. There are numerous applications: vegetation, land degradation, new and renewable energy, air quality monitoring, snow and glaciers, urban sprawl, hydrological science and application, wetland. Okay, these all are very useful information which is derived from these satellite data sets, and they are published in this particular portals. And you can just one example which I had shown you, different kinds of graphs and charts can be drawn for different kinds of information extraction. Okay, so last now I will take you to this one more website that is called the Pradhan. Okay, now if you see here, we have the data set from Chandrayaan and from the GRASP also. What are these two graphs? Chandrayaan, so I think this is the our satellite which is orbiting around the moon surface, or in the orbit of the moon, and continuously it is capturing the images from the moon surface. So there are now in this satellite, I will just click it here. If you can see here, so there are different sensors in this particular satellite. I have spectroradiometer, I have solar X-ray monitor. The data on this particular aspect is also being collected. We have IIRS, that is image infrared spectroradiometer. It is one hyperspectral instrument studying for the mineralogy of the moon surface. It operates in 800 to 5000 nanometer spectral range and with 256 continuous band, and around it has an 80 meter of ground sampling distance, means one pixel is around 80 meters by 80 meters. So in that area we are getting the one value. Similarly, we have the dual frequency synthetic aperture radar. This is another sensor. I think it has already been covered. What are radar, what is hyperspectral, what is multispectral. So we have these kinds of sensors which are there in this particular portal. So now, like if you see it, an orbiter, high resolution camera is there, terrain mapping camera. It is on the Chandrayaan 2 payload. It is configured to provide the panchromatic from 0.5 micrometer to 0.85 micrometer and with 5 meter spectral resolution. Means one pixel is 5 meter by 5 meter. Okay, in the ground, if I have the area of 5 meter by 5 meter, that is represented by one pixel in this particular image captured by this particular sensor. Okay, similarly, we have Chandra's atmospheric composition explorer. So this is a quad pole mass spectrometer based on the payload in the orbiter segment of Chandrayaan mission. The scientific objective of this instrument is to study the neutral composition of Titania's lunar exosphere. So more details you can get into it. I am not an expert in this component, but you can just explore it further. So you can now here you can see browse and download the data set. So it allows you to register. You can register yourself over here. new user you can create, and immediately an activation link goes to your email, and you can activate your account and you will be getting the access to it. If I say I have created my account over here, Kamal at iirs.gov.in. I will just log into this part here. Log in here. If you can see all those sensors, the details which were available in the home page, now they are available over here for the data download. But you see the data set is quite heavy, around 1 GB of file size are there. So be careful while downloading this data set, how you can use it. So there are different softwares which allows you to use these data sets also. Like in open source, if we talk, QGIS is one very popular software wherein you can visualize these data sets once it is downloaded from this particular portal. So if you see here, this is a detail of all those data sets. What is the start time? What is the end time? File size in bytes, and they are all freely available for download. So this you can try to explore these portal also. The other one, I see it here. Okay, back to the application. So Chandrayaan-2 and the other one, that was the related to solar radiations, I will tell you, or the atmospheric studies, PRA. Chandrayaan, DRAYAN, Pradhan Chandrayaan. So if you see it here, click it here. The other one, that is the GRASP. So if you see here in the GRASP, you have the related to the solar radiations or to the atmospheric studies. So the particles in the environment in space is highly dynamic, filled with energetic particles from the solar events, trapped radiation belts and high energy cosmic rays originating from the galactic and extra galactic sources. So these have the sensors which allows you to capture the data on these aspects also. And once this, and you can download the data for on these applications as well for further studies. So basically, you can have the data both from Chandrayaan as from the surface of the moon, as well as for the solar radiations or the atmospheres from this particular from GRASP portal, that is geostationary radiation spectrodiometer. It is available in the geo orbit. Okay, and there are different sensors which can be further, you can explore it yourself. So with this, I think I come to the end of this demonstration. So to summarize, so what we have done, we have seen some portals like Bhuvan Geo portal. There we have performed 3 experiments. First was measurement of the school. Second was finding the distance from any particular utility, and then creating a 3D map or the 3D fly through. One, we have also done one small experiment for finding what is the changes that has occurred in terms of agriculture or in terms of built up. And next we explored the Vedas portal. In the Vedas portal, we have seen that there are different parameters like soil, agriculture, solar radiations as well. The data sets are also available over there. And third is the planetary portal, that is pradhan.isdcc.gov.in. So these data sets are there. You try to explore them and get acquainted from these portals. A huge amount of data is available in this portal, and definitely it will be very useful for your further studies or for carrying for teaching to the students as well. So with this, I come to an end.